Small pantry, no pantry, no problem. Even if you don't have a pantry in your kitchen, or maybe you have a small pantry, I'm going to show you how you could turn it into something that works for your budget and your home. So my house does not have a workable pantry. We decided to buy this Molly, I think it's called Molly Made closet pantry. And it's served us really well, but over time it has just become busted. The dowels fell off and I couldn't find them. So it was time for me to turn this back into a workable pantry for me and my family. I actually went to Home Depot and bought some new dowels to put in there. I wanted to clean off the shelves really well, so that's what you see me doing here. And then I had to play around with the shelves a little bit. When you're organizing any space, you'll find that you will put something in and it won't quite fit right or look right. So you will reorganize it a couple more times until you get the exact spacing and sizing that you want. These are my favorite glass containers. I like them because they have an airtight seal. I found it's really hard to find glass containers that actually are airtight and affordable. So I'll link everything for you guys, all the products that I've used, in the description below. If you're not already doing this, I want to try to convince you to decant your food. If you don't know what decanting is, it's just a fancy word that refers to moving food items out of their original packaging and into containers that are often clear or matching. So if you get home from the store and you pour your flour into a plastic container, essentially you're decanting your food. I think it's important to note that you don't have to go out and buy all of the fancy things. Mason jars and dollar store containers work wonderful too. You'll see here that I have a lot of unmatching jars, and I'm okay with that because I don't want to spend a ton of money. I just need my pantry to run and work efficiently for me and my family. Since we started decanting our food, I really have found we've saved a lot of money on rebuying things that we don't need. When you can see what you have in those clear containers, you know exactly what you need more of. I've also found that it saves a lot of space, and that is my number one tip. If you don't have a pantry and you're just working in a cabinet, or you've bought a makeshift pantry like me, you really need to utilize as much space as possible. Those cardboard boxes take up a ton of space, and they have like a tiny amount of chips in it for how much space they take up. People often wonder what to do with all of the excess flour or excess chips if you don't have enough room in your jar that you're decanting it into. That's why I always keep an overflow bin for all those random pieces that don't fit all the way in the jar. I also get questions about expiration date. I just use an expo marker and write the expiration date on the jar. You can also grab some tape and use tape. You can use a label. There are a lot of things you can do when it comes to expiration dates. My favorite way to label things is by using my Cricut. It takes a lot of time and a lot of work, but I truly have found it produces the best custom labels that gives you kind of that professional look on a budget. The last thing I did was replace these standard pulls to give this pantry a more elevated look. It's not, super elevated, but it looks better than it did before. Are you ready to see it? Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this encouraged you to make your own pantry and to know that you don't have to have a lot of money or an elaborate space to make it work. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I make new videos every Friday all about homemaking, organization, and decluttering your home.